Okay, so now let us continue with the actual accounting treatment and opening the revaluation account and all that. Okay, first of all, I would like to explain the accounting treatment for complete admission process when new partner is coming in the business. I explained you when the capital is brought in by new partner, what is the entry, cash or bank account, debit to capital account of new partner. आपको याद है? Yesterday only I told you, or else I'm taking you to that page. This is a very good advantage of this screen sharing. देखो ये. When new partner brings cash towards his capital, entry cash bank to new partner's capital. If it is brought in kind, that means in asset account due to new partner's capital. Then today's lecture, I explained you the treatment of goodwill, that is accounting entries of goodwill. When it is brought in cash, cash bank to goodwill and goodwill account debit to old partner's capital. If it is withdrawn, then only old partner's capital account debit to cash or bank. If it is raised, then goodwill account debit to old partner's capital. Okay. You can see the similarity. If it is brought in cash, cash oblique bank account debit to goodwill and goodwill account debit to old partner's capital. If it is not brought in cash, the first entry cancel. Goodwill account debit to old partner's capital or current account. And in cash, it is a sacrifice ratio. And in the goodwill raised, it is a old ratio. If it is written off, then goodwill account debit the entry goodwill to capital and all partners capital account debit to goodwill account. New ratio. Only in the first case, मतलब ये जो केस है ना, goodwill is raised करके रखा बस और कुछ किया नहीं हमने. Then in that case only it is appearing in the balance sheet asset. Now I would like to proceed with the discussion for revaluation of assets and liabilities. What do you mean by this? This is similar to your final account. So without wasting much time on this theoretical part, I want to give the explanation to you. Listen to me carefully. When there is a depreciation on the asset, okay, or there is a bad debts or RD, or there is an increase in the liability, all these are called as the losses. Okay. Or there is appreciation in the value of the asset का value बढ़ गया, or decrease in the value of the liabilities, it's a profit. The revaluation account, also called as a profit and loss adjustment account. See, final account को जो profit and loss account होता है, that is called as a general profit and loss account. And this profit and loss account, which we are preparing on the occasion of a reconstitution, there is an admission of partner, we call it as a profit and loss adjustment account, also called as a revaluation account. मतलब same ही है. Okay. This is a nominal account. सबसे पहले is nominal account. All the expenses, losses are debited to revaluation account. And all the incomes and gains and profits are credited to the revaluation account. The difference is either profit or a loss, which is to be transferred only to old partners. New partners को कुछ नहीं मिलता. New partner is getting profit, but that is in future, not now. अभी कैसे मिलेगा ना? अभी तो business में आया है वो. So whatever profit or loss in the case of this revaluation of the assets and liabilities will be transferred only to old partners in the old ratio. Old ratio, मतलब उनका जो पहले से ratio है वो profit sharing ratio. Now these are the entries which are given to you. Increasing the value of the asset and decreasing the value of the liability. Okay. So this is the profit. Entry क्या आने वाला है? Asset account debit, liability account debit to revaluation, oblique profit and loss adjustment account. Okay. So this is for example, this is the revaluation account. ये revaluation account है आपका. Okay. इसके ये credit side में आएगा buy asset, buy liability. Like this is a posting required. But what is the journal entry? Asset account debit, liability account due to revaluation of the profit and loss adjustment account. No example. For example, it is given that building appreciated by 20,000 rupees and the creditors are reduced by rupees 10,000. फिर entry में कैसे आएगा? Land and building account debit 20,000, creditors account debit 10,000 to revaluation account total 30,000. Number two, decreasing the value of assets and increasing the value of liability. Entry revaluation of the profit and loss adjustment account debit to asset account to liability account. This is exactly opposite to this. For example, it is given that machinery depreciated by 5,000 rupees and there are outstanding expenses of rupees 2,000. फिर आप एंट्री कैसे करोगे? Revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account debit to machinery and to outstanding expenses. To machinery, to outstanding expenses. This is a loss. Then recording unrecorded asset in the books of accounts. कोई भी unrecorded asset है, we want to record in the books of accounts. By the way, in second entry, I want to give explanation more. If it is given to you, there are bad debts, rupees 1,000 and RDD 5% on debtors. Then, okay, वो यहाँ पे आएगा revaluation account debit to bad debts to RDD. This is similar to final account. जैसे इफेक्ट होता है देखो, depreciation lease from asset and profit and loss account debit. Instead of profit and loss account, you say profit and loss adjustment or revaluation debit. Appreciation in the asset, add in the asset, and profit and loss adjustment account or revaluation account credit. Now recording the unrecorded asset in the books of accounts. Now sometimes what happens, we are having the asset, we are not recording the same. मतलब record करना भूल जाते हैं. It should be recorded as a new partner is coming. Entry asset account debit to revaluation. Creating new liability in the books. कुछ नया liability आ गया. Contingent liability. The sudden liability coming up. Then entry revaluation account debit to new liability. Transfer of profit on the revaluation to old partners. Only old partners. Capital account or current account. Revaluation account to old partners, capital or current account. Then transfer of a loss to revaluation on revaluation to old partners capital or current account. Entry opposite हो जाएगा, old partners capital or current account due to revaluation account. Now this is the format of the revaluation account का format है देखो. To asset, okay, जैसे यहाँ पे दिया है देखो, to asset, ये इसका posting यहाँ पे आएगा. To liability, ये भी posting यहाँ पे आएगा. Okay, ये profit भी यहाँ पे आएगा. और ये जो है ना बाय एसेट एंड लायबिलिटी अकाउंट डेबिट, दैट इज अपीयरिंग हियर. तो यहाँ पे आएगा देखो, इट इज कमिंग हियर एंड इफ इट इज द लॉस देन इट इज कमिंग हियर. So this is the simple format of the revaluation or profit and loss adjustment account. It is similar to your profit and loss account, same like that. But why it is called as adjustment account or revaluation account? Because it is prepared on the special occasion of admission of a new partner. Okay. Now, further it is given that accumulated profit is the profit. What is accumulated profit? Matlab reserve fund, general reserve, workmen compensation fund, joint life policy reserve, even the balance on your profit and loss account. Profit and loss account को अगर आपका कुछ balance है पुराना वाला, old वाला balance, this is to be transferred only to old partners in old ratio. Only old partners in old ratio. Only old partners in old ratio. Only old partners in old ratio. Remember, new partner is not getting anything presently. He is getting, but in future. Okay. अब तक नहीं मिलेगा. He cannot share goodwill. He cannot share profits or loss on the revaluation account, and he cannot share our old undistributed profit. These are called as undistributed profit, like a reserve fund, general reserve, workman compensation fund, okay, joint life policy reserve, etc. या तो old profit and loss account balance. इसमें भी type है. If it is a credit balance, it's a profit. If it is a debit balance, it is a loss. Okay, accordingly we are going to distribute. These reserves are on the liability side of the balance sheet. मतलब balance sheet a problem. Therefore, transfer to the credit side of partner's capital or current account. Entry, general reserve account debit. I'm directly taking the name. General reserve account debit, reserve fund account debit, profit and loss account debit to partner's capital of the current account. And if it is a loss, मतलब ये वाला loss है, for example, ये वाला loss है, which is called as the accumulated loss. Partner's capital or current account debit to profit and loss account. Accumulated loss. Okay. Now the next part which is given to you is the adjustment of capitals. This particular part I'm not going to discuss now. Okay. Because you may not be able to understand what is capital adjustment unless I'm writing on the board. मतलब कैपिटल एडजस्ट कैसे करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं, okay, what is surplus capital, what is shortage in capital, okay, I will explain during that type of question. मतलब वैसे जैसे क्वेश्चन आता जाएगा हम लोग ये डिस्कस करेंगे. But only remember one thing about adjustment of capital, that on the admission of new partner, old partners, with all consent of all partners, capital amount of all partners can be readjusted in new profit sharing ratio. There are some steps. सबसे पहले न्यू रेशियो कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. Then new capital calculate करना, calculation of the total capital आपको करना पड़ेगा, and then every partner's adjusted capital. So 3 steps are to be followed. But all these things requires a numerical explanation, which I will give it to you during the solution of that type of problems. Okay. So right now I explained you all this. अभी मुझे आपको ये बताना है कि इसका प्रॉब्लम कैसे होता है और इसमें करना क्या पड़ता है, सॉल्व क्या करना पड़ता है. This is the question which is given to you. Balance sheet of Sujata and Purnima. This is the balance sheet given to you. They are sharing equally. And it is given to you. Aparna joins as a new partner for 1/5 share in the future profit. Okay. And then it is given to you the different terms and conditions. Goodwill is valued. Aparna to bring her share of goodwill in cash. And all that. A provision of 10% is created on debtors. मतलब ये आरडी की जैसा हो गया. Lays from debtors and profit and loss adjustment account debit side. Building valued, stock valued, वगैरह वगैरह. What is the requirement? The requirement can be past journal entries and to prepare balance sheet. And sometimes the requirement can be, when there are two options: pass the journal entries and show the balance sheet. And second option is prepare ledger accounts and show the balance sheet. Okay. Now, how many ledger accounts are required? I'm telling you. Okay. Number one is a revaluation or profit and loss adjustment account. Number two is a partner's capital or current account. मैंने और बोला है, or current account, like final accounts. Okay. Number three, which I am doing compulsory, that is a cash or bank account. And number four is a balance sheet. Okay. So normally you need to prepare like this. But when journal entries are required, do you know that when journal is required, you need to prepare journal as well as ledger as well as balance sheet. देखो ये journal है, इन्होंने तो आपको कुछ दिया, हाँ देखो as a working note करके दिया है. It is given only revaluation account, which I told you that these illustrations of admission of partner you will not be able to understand, and we need to solve those illustrations also on the board, not screen sharing, not possible for that. So in my tomorrow's lecture, I'm going to solve exercise question number 1. Okay, मैं कल पहला क्वेश्चन चालू करने जा रहा हूं. सो प्लीज डोंट मिस द लेक्चर. लेक्चर मिस करायचं नाही, व्यवस्थित अटेंड करायचं आहे. आणि जे ऍप मध्ये बघतात तर त्यांनी ऍप मध्ये व्यवस्थित कंटिन्युएशन ठेवून बघा, हे रिक्वेस्ट आहे. ओके.